Executive Director, Engineer Robert Baudison, Engineer Jonathan Puerto, Dr. Fuduli,
Miss
Ma'am Lina Afable, Ma'am Salda, and
Ayan, kunin
my
din
friend.
natin yan.
my mentor, Engineer Willie Stocky, and guests from the media and friends, our past presidents. We are past presidents. I don't call them past. I call them my predecessors. Mr. Lanzuela, Virgilio Lanzuela, I want you to please rise to be recognized. You deserve this. Mr. Hector Malonzo, also my predecessor, past national president. Thank you so much. Our board of directors present here are with me, engineers Martin Yabot and Cherry Isobal, and Miss Indy Lanzuela. Okay, thank you so much for being with me here today. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, good day to all of us. I cannot reconcile my thoughts why I ended up standing here in front of you today to be awarded this very prestigious Legacy Trophy Award. I never expected this to come. I cannot believe this. Many of you might not have known me yet. At this point, I would wish to request for your indulgence of listening to me as I give a glimpse of my personal being, undisclosed even to my colleagues and friends in the metals industry. But I am doing this in the hope that my story will somehow inspire some men and women out there. And I will start to you my untold story. After my high school graduation, I will start with this high school graduation from a vocational high school. It was my plan to pursue my college education in a technology university in Iloilo to get an engineering course. But my mother insisted that I would enroll in a state university as an entrance scholar and take up education instead. During that time, we have to follow our parents' wishes, though it was an unwritten rule. Moving forward, I finished my bachelor's degree in education at the West Visayas State College, now a state university, with several awards, and passed the civil service examination at the top rank and got the only vacant position, teaching position, right in my own hometown. I taught for 10 long years, finished my master's degree at the age of 29, but nothing grandstanding happened to my teaching career because promotions were too slow at that time. At age 30, I am a very determined personality that I discussed my plan to my husband and parents to bid goodbye to my teaching career. With no technical preparation, but only a passion for engineering, I applied for a DTI permit for metals fabrication shop. It's a machine shop, with a machine shop and molded rubber presser facility to support my fabrication shop. As an educator, turned entrepreneur, a frustrated politician of one term of 4 years, I burned my bridges behind me in politics and focused my time and energies in the metals and engineering industry. For over 4 decades, I live in a man's world, navigated various industries, serving them in their civil and mechanical requirements, since 1983 to the present. I was among the first fabricators of agricultural pre- and post-harvest machinery and tools, the turtle powers, the tillers, rice threshers, and many more. I was only 5 years in this venture, since many backyard shops in our province also joined the same fabrication, leaving me no choice but to change gear and concentrated on the ship repairs upon the invitations of the ship owners like Negros Navigation, Amigo Shipping, and many others, to help them do hot works and machining jobs. Shipyard jobs followed. Shipbuilding and ship repairs during dry docking services in Cebu shipyards, as far as Candano Shipyard in Tabaco, Albay, as far as Maribeles Shipyard in Bataan, and many more. Life was not easy in the maritime sector. I was under challenges, pressures every minute, every day, climbing 100 to 150 steps of the vessels during dry dockings. I usually climb running, not the usual walking, were among those challenges. And I happened to manage more or less 100 workers with various capabilities under my